Borodar or Pronoundar, every pony. This is BronyDan. It's not original, but hey, you try coming up with originality these days. Hey, you ready for a Spike episode?
Spike's episodes suck.
Okay, I won't deny that Spike has not had the best run of episodes. Hell, most of his often turn up in people's list of worst episodes, but why is that? He just seems to be that one character that even now the production team still don't know how to write for. For me, Spike has always been the voice of reason to the main six. Not what I meant, but trust me, that would be quite cool. He was the one who always made sure that Twilight stayed on the right path, demonstrating how she needed him as much as he needed her. I felt that Season 4 really did give Spike justice, as that season did give us two of his best episodes, which were Inspiration, Manifestation, and the Equestria games. But how does the first Spike episode of Season 5 hold up? Let's take a look at it. This is Princess Spike.
Everyone wants to be a princess, even me.
No! No! For God's sake, no! We open up on... Hey, a legitimate pony convention! Actually, they're here for a summit, and these are all the delegates from different cities from across Equestria.
At tonight's welcome reception, Princess Cadence will dedicate this beautiful friendship statue made up of gemstones from each of your home cities.
Okay, so which cities are we gonna warp with horse puns for that statue? And Spike gets the typical reaction that he gets from most of the Brony community.
So if there's anything I can do for any of you...
We love you, Princess Twilight!
We love all the princesses!
So is this going to be another episode where Spike feels he's completely useless, but in the end he just proves that he's not? I'm sorry, but... didn't we already have this last season with power ponies? Next morning, we discover that Twilight is being possessed by bubbles.
Napkin, tell the delegates all. Large hop, 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 and wait, boo!
Actually, she's just sleep deprived, so Cadence instructs Spike to make sure that she is not disturbed. So of course, the next scene is just nothing but loud noises and disturbances as Spike needs to go in silence. Gee, haven't seen that plot point before. Okay, look, I shouldn't be complaining so much. I mean, after all, these type of plots are going to be involved in every single show, I understand that, but this type of plot is always the one where everybody just rolls their eyes because it just becomes one of the most boring episodes because it just gets repetitive.
Sorry, but we can't have a broken water main!
What, you couldn't do this yesterday? There is no summit without Princess Twilight, and she needs things to be kept quiet around here.
All right, if that's how she wants it. But if something happens, it ain't my fault.
Well, I wouldn't expect any other answer from somebody who works for the council. But things start to get a bit more political when two delegates want to ask for Twilight's advice. One of which has, I swear to God, the thickest Canadian accent I have ever heard.
Point of order there, sir, but I think you'll find that my speech is the more important one, don't you know?
I think even the Canadians watching this episode will be thinking, okay, wait, that is too much.
Does something need scheduling?
Oh, yeah. Two delegates have speeches booked in the same hall. What do I do?
Okay, no problem. Just put the hay in the apple and eat the candle.
Okay, so how long do you think it will take to get that on the t-shirts? What do you mean they've already sold? So what is Spike going to do? Well, personally, I would recommend a scheduling reshuffling, you know, so that one delegate could have the hall for, say, an hour, and then have a 5-minute break, which will give the delegate enough time to set everything up for their own debate, and then they could have the hall for an hour as well, and that's not at all what happens, is it?
She said that, well, she said that she wants you to share it.
Well, that decision naturally goes all tits up, so now every pony wants to come and ask for Twilight's help. Hey, here's a suggestion, why don't you just direct them to the other princesses? Yeah, I know Twilight was the one who organised this one, but that doesn't mean that the other princesses are now completely useless in these affairs. Hell, you showed them in the beginning of the episode! This just makes the plot seem much more contrived and forced in order for Spike to learn his lesson. Okay, so we all know what begins to happen. Spike starts to like ponies taking his advice and gradually starts to abuse his position. Just like what the CMC did in Twilight time last season. Okay, seriously, I have a certain dislike for the whole absolute power corrupts storyline that comes up, because in the end it just ends up making the character we're focusing on into a completely selfish prick. Couldn't we just get an episode where someone is given absolute power and they don't just try to get what they want? I know it defeats the whole moral, but it just makes it look like if you're gonna get power, you're going to abuse it, and therefore you will suffer the consequences for it. The only time I've seen someone get power and doesn't selfishly abuse it was in the Only Fools and Horses episode, Homesick. Rodney becomes chairman of the housing committee and Del Boy wants him to use his position to move them out of their old flat and into a council building so that Granddad won't have to use the lifts and stairs again. Yes, you could say the actions taken in the episode are immoral in practice, but in the end, you sympathise with the brothers because what they were doing was more for their grandfather's benefit and his health. Here, though, Spike just takes up the trope of, oh, my friend has absolute power so I can get away with murder character.
It sure is.
Bullshit. So Cadence finally decides to call him out on this shit.
But it's not like anything bad happened.
Look out! Irony! When the fuck could Cadence do that? Also, I think blocking the water is a bad thing. The pressure could blow the pipe up. So now the summit is now destroyed and they all blame Twilight for it. Well, good job, Spike. You've done the opposite of most politicians and you managed to piss off the rich. So we all know what happens now. Spike confesses what he did, and just like that, every pony forgives him for it. I'm sorry, but if you were to almost destroy something like a summit of nations, they probably wouldn't forgive you on the spot. Alright, listen folks, I want to apologise sincerely for what I have done. I have seen the error of my ways, so Barack Obama, I am sorry. I honestly thought that bringing back Mr. Long-Legged Mac Daddy would make you popular with the kids. Vladimir Putin, I am sorry for suggesting that you were against homosexuality because you yourself were uncomfortable with your own skin. And David Cameron... Actually, no, I'm not sorry for stapling the "In Order of the Queen, Kick Me in the Bollocks" sticker on your back. I think you honestly deserve it, you right-wing Tory twat. So, apart from all that, I think this is a good moment where we can just look over this silly incident and just forgive each other. Yeah, that's what I thought. Honestly, this one was really difficult to sit through. The episode just felt so contrived and forced in its message. Not to mention, we've already seen this type of story already, twice last season. I'm sure the episode will give us some interesting moments for the fans to remember, but me personally, this can go and join the list of bad Spike episodes. This is BronyDan saying, no star.
Hip hip hurrah! Tra-la, tra-la! We're glad that everyone's a princess.
That's you and you. And yes, it's true.